What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris C. Pups Rock, bringing you another edition of the Car Concierge Show. On today's show, we're going to bring you the weekend review, where we talk about the things that happened in the week. We touch on all subjects, not only automotive, on our weekend review. So we're going to touch on a couple of things. First, we're going to start off. We're going to talk about the NFL draft that was held in Detroit, Michigan over this past week. They said roughly about 500,000 people went down to Detroit to check out the NFL draft. They said it was a great time. It looked like it was a great time on TV. We had a little NFL party. It went pretty great, and a lot of fun was had. So NFL draft time is always a good time for specifically football fans. It gives you a time to think that your NFL team is doing good things for their future, and the idea that hopefully they can make a move or two during the draft that'll get them to the Super Bowl and make them the next dynasty team, as it were. I am a Cowboy Bears fan, and it looks like the Bears did have a good NFL draft. So what we're going to do real quick, we're going to check out some things they said off of NFL Network, see what their opinion about the NFL draft was, and, move on from the show out from there.
Let's start, Baldy, with your idea of who wins this draft, rounds 1 through 7, putting it all together. Who rings the bell?
The Steelers. I thought the Steelers won the draft. And really, they have been trying to rebuild their offensive line. Now, it started last year when they drafted Broderick Jones, signed Isaac Seumalo, Omar Khan, Andy Weidel right there, Mike Tomlin. They want this offensive line to be amongst, if not the best. So they go out and get Troy Fautano right here. They go out and draft Zach Frazier. They went right down the highway right there to West Virginia to get Zach Frazier, their center of the future right there. You just heard, just talking about the history of the centers. Roman Wilson, Peyton Wilson.
Love it.
I thought they get the best linebacker. I thought they got the best center. I thought they got one of the best offensive linemen in Fautano. I really thought the Steelers helped themselves out.
Incredible draft. What about you, Cynthia?
I'm just going to take the low-hanging fruit here because I think because we already knew who they were picking, maybe the Bears are getting overlooked as a team that really improved and changed their fate. Not only did they get Caleb Williams, they surprised everyone. No way. But they also added Rome Odunze, and that was at 9. They didn't have to change anything around. They got the 2 guys they were targeting. They got the Yale tackle. I'm scared to say his name. It's been a long day, but we're going. They even added a punter. Thank you.
Okay.
Amagaji, yeah.
But I like
Down
Austin
with the
Booker
Daisy.
too. So trading back
Daisy.
in to get the right edge rusher at the 5th round pick at a nice value for them, it all kind of fit together. And again, there's not 60 picks. There's not a ton of different things going on here, but 2 picks in the top 10, certainly worth saying that, hey, that's a pretty big win right there.
The winners of the draft might have had the best draft pick to fellow draft pick interaction as well, as Caleb Williams sent that message out to Torrey Taylor, the punting sensation from Iowa this year, said, hey, bud, glad to have you, but you're not going to be punting very much.
By the way, but Charles Davis was like, hey, it's the leading scorer for. That was so funny. It was like Iowa's leading scorer.
Iowa's leading scorer, yes.
That's how they play football there.
Well, I mean, actually, you could make the argument that Cooper DeJean was Iowa's leading scorer with all of his pick sixes.
Very fair.
Okay,
Very fair.
enough shrapnel sent to Iowa City. Congratulations to all of their draft picks, one of which actually ended up in Pittsburgh, Logan Lee, another wrestler there. So we'll get there. All right, so team that I feel like also won this draft, got to go to the Los Angeles Rams. Picking in the first round for the first time since 2016, and thought they knocked it out of the park. Just so happened.
Look at that house.
Might have hit that on the old Rhett Lewis mock draft as well. 19th overall, Jared Verse goes to the Rams to further beef up that defensive line for first-year defensive coordinator Chris Shula, who's now piloting that defense as Raheem Morris is off to Atlanta. And then they go back and get his teammate.
Yeah, they
Braden
played next
Fisk,
to each other right there at Florida State.
both
Love
of
it.
which transferred into Florida State from lesser levels of competition and absolutely excelled. And then they got a guy, I don't know, just scores touchdowns like
Blake
crazy.
Corum,
Blake Corum, right? And so we'll share some time with Kyron Williams.
Yep.
Got Ronnie Rivers there. I mean, they've got some depth that they beefed up there with some of those picks, and then some big top-end talent, certainly along the defensive front. I loved how that worked out.
No, you lose Aaron Donald. You know, last year I thought they struck gold with Kobe Turner, along with Byron Young, and now you add Verse and you add Fisk. I think they've rebuilt the front. Aaron Donald will always be missed, but when you're going to replace a Hall of Famer like that, like just keep adding to your pieces right there. You can't go wrong when you win in the trenches.
Yep, no question. All right, so we talked about it. 775,000 people broke a record for attendance at the 2024 NFL Draft in Detroit.
I mean, I'm
Hometown
really
and
proud
home
of my
state
I'm
showed
really
up
proud of my home state.
for sure.
They stayed. They didn't just come. They stayed. They were still out there partying like just 5 minutes ago. Obviously, they knew Rich and the crew was there, so
That's
clearly.
it. There you go. And it was an incredible 3 days and 7 rounds from Detroit. So as we continue here on Total Access, we take a look back at what we saw.
All right, great time had by all. Wow, 775,000 people. That's pretty impressive. I didn't know it was that many people. It looked pretty cool on TV, but that's a lot of people for an NFL draft. Shout out to Detroit. Great thing for them. They've been doing great things for quite some time. Can't wait to eventually move back to the Midwest. I'm missing lots of fun back that way, but I am in California, and California is lots of fun too. All right, but yeah, NFL draft, awesome stuff. Everybody was happy. Looks like my Bears, I think, did good. Other teams I rock with, pretty much the Raiders. I seen they picked up a couple of cool people. That tight end dude, that dude looks pretty cool. But I mean, you know, the NFL draft is just a time for people to, you know, it's a good time. It's a time for people to just try to think less about their problems, think more about their favorite NFL teams. You know, without the season going on, prepares you for the season in some ways. So you know, and it also just gets your hopes up that these picks and random players are going to make your team better, and y'all going to get to the ultimate goal of winning the Super Bowl. So, go Bears. Go Bears. All right, let's move along. So, this week on this weekend review, I want to talk about. If some of you know that I was I'm a big music guy. I had the music show for a long time. Just scroll down in my YouTube, you'll see my music show. I did a lot of concerts. My unsigned music video beat, my Central Coast Spotlight, lots of music shows, right? And what's going on right now is what I call the diss era. And I'm going to coin it right now. Hopefully nobody steals it, but this is right now the diss era. We have seen over the course of a couple of weeks, a massive amount of diss songs coming from everywhere. I guess it didn't start with the J. Cole Drake song. It started with Kendrick Lamar and the Metro Boomin Future song. Like that. This is a great song. I listen to it all the time. It's a great song. But as an avid music guy and as a guy who rated music for a long time and talked about music for a long time, I'm in agreement with Gilly as in these are not really diss tracks. They're, you know, a diss track, you talking shit. You know what I'm saying? In a diss track, you talking about their family. I mean, you clowning people. You talking mad shit if it's a diss track. That's what a diss track is. I didn't Kendrick's verse on Like That to be a diss song. Personally, I didn't think so. He didn't call them names and really talk shit. Man, I guess he called them bums. If you really consider him saying bum to be aimed at J. Cole and Drake, I guess you could say that. But I didn't honestly think that the Kendrick verse on Like That was a diss song. And as it continued to get hyped up as a diss song, I went along with it. I mean, I love good music, and and the comebacks were starting to get awesome. And then everybody started to jump in. Rick Ross, Drake to Rick Ross. I don't know. I saw a Kanye verse, this verse. Who else? Just diss songs all over the place. Just people coming out of woodwork dissing each other, and I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. And the sad thing, I don't know, it's not the sad thing, but the craziest thing for me out of this whole situation is that the best diss song that I've heard is from Chris Brown. The Chris Brown Quavo diss song, that has got to, and that's a diss song. I mean, that is a diss song. He talk about his girl. He talk about allegations of DV, domestic violence. I mean, he went in. Man, we gonna listen to it. I'm sorry. I'm probably they gon'. We all know that they gon'. They gonna cut the song because I'm playing this song or whatever, but I'm playing that. It was. The fact is, I love me some. I love a good diss song. I love a great diss song, and that diss song by Chris Brown. I thought I had it up. Hold on, give me 1 second. I don't want to play the whole song, but I mean, this has got to be one of the best diss songs that I've heard in a long time. And this is some real diss song. This is a real diss song. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. All right, here we go. Hold on 1 second. Let's do this. I'm playing this song. I'm sorry. I don't think my thing monetized anyway, so it don't matter.
Now we can settle this like you got some plans.
And I'm gonna use this first part with the Chris thing. That's your type.
Hey Chris, I don't want no issues, bro. I don't want no smoke. I don't want fights, and I don't want to do nothing, bro. Like, please, bro.
Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with C? Who want smoke with me? Who want? Okay, let's get down to the facts. Pussy, I'm dripped in red. Don't let this R&B shit fool you niggas, get ripped to shreds. Quavo talking like he a thug, nigga, you a bitch with dread. Can't wait to see the day that you back up all of that shit you said. What's all that bullshit you talking? You ain't no huncho, nigga. You the weakest link out of your clique, let's keep it a hundo, nigga. You fuck my ex-hoe, that's cool, I don't give no fuck, little nigga. Cause I fucked your ex when you was still with a bitch, I'm up, little nigga. They say revenge is sweet. Now think about that shit, don't let that line go over your head. I might just sing about that shit. I had a feeling about that dick, there's something sweet about that shit. I got some tea about that bitch, but I ain't gon' speak about that shit. I ain't playing chess with a checker player. I'm a ticking bomb on a detonator. I shit on niggas, I'm a defecator. I put Amigo on a ventilator. Stop talking about beating mean girls. You was beating bitches on the elevator. We seen the taste, that's devastating. You doing bad. You a bitch and your music trash. Fashion week, they set me next to your lame ass. I was truly mad. All I kept thinking about was breaking your face, but I gave you a pass. You lucky I ain't wanna fuck the money up, boy, I would've broke you in half. Quit trying to be tough, you ain't like that. Why you keep showing off? Quit talk about drugs, you the only pack that I've been smoking on. I just hit my plug, told him come back, I'ma need more than one. Your last album was a weed trade, just some bullshit that we roll up on. You know what's on, put you to bed. Night, night, that's Sudafed. Show me that I'm tender, bitch. Time to prove what you just said. R.I.P. take off, he the only real one that got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody really wished it was you instead. Oh shit! You tri-
Alright, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Oh man, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Bro, why he go in on him like that though? So, now, computer messing up, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. Y'all heard it. That's a diss song. He clowned him, verse to verse to verse. R.I.P. to Takeoff. He was my favorite Migo, but it's neither here nor there. But the thing is that, you know, in this new diss era, because I mean everybody's dissing everybody. Drake has just had I'm gonna say had to diss everybody because everybody's dissing Drake. From the bottom to the top, every person that has any beef toward the light skin 6 is talking shit. I mean, and my thing is that I think in some ways it's a good thing because, you know, they're getting music out, people are enjoying music. Another way to look at it is the way that J. Cole looked at it as, you know, a negative situation where in most cases men of color are going at each other with beef. And, you know, we don't live in an East Coast, West Coast battle war era situation anymore. We don't live in a place or in a situation where I think, you know, any of these situations are come to blows or bullets flying. So I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's entertaining. I think it's negative if it becomes to the point where they're really spilling pertinent information about each other to the streets so that the world knows, but that's neither here nor there either. You know, my biggest problem with this, and this is going to lead us into the last little thing, is that we're getting to a point where we're not even sure that these artists are even making these songs.
Chris, don't say that, don't lose your head. You done turned a big bad wolf on these fuck niggas, never knew.
Because a little while back they were saying it was just, you know, we're all listening to these new diss tracks and the ones from Drake and Kendrick, and then there was that statement put out that that Gilly, first person I seen say it was Gilly, and he was stating that, you know, the songs were AI made. Their songs made by AI, and I knew it was possible. Don't think I've heard any AI songs per se, so I didn't really keep that in mind as the songs that I was listening to were AI made. So I really didn't pay much attention to it, but the making of songs and the use of AI to create music and things of that nature has become mainstream to the point where it's even being used to cause problems with people in criminal cases. So what we found was that one of the songs was that there is people really out here generating AI generated songs, specifically AI generated diss tracks, and putting them out there. So and that interested me to the point where, wow, to the point where you can take somebody's voice and likeness and create a song that people like and people listen to, and even to the point where people are going to spend money on. And that's what is crazy to me. It's just the advent of technology has gone so far. OpenAI, ChatGPT. I mean, if we don't look and see the Skynet writing on the wall eventually, it's getting monotonous. But so when it comes to this music situation, the AI generated song I wasn't in the belief. All the songs sounded cool. They sound like they were real to me. So, I did a little deep dive, and I did find that specifically the Kendrick Lamar diss track, the response diss track was AI generated. Excuse me. It was AI generated, and I'm like, okay, let's check out on this. So. And I was looking through it. I found this article on Rolling Stones, and it was AI generated tracks are muddying the Drake versus everybody rap feud, which is pretty much the case. It's Drake versus everybody in this rap feud. I'm gonna pull this up for y'all so y'all can see this. So, I'm going to check this out. This is from Rolling Stones. It says, fake beef. AI generated tracks are muddying the Drake versus everybody rap feud. The mystery surrounding the leak of Drake's Kendrick diss and a subsequent barrage of fake songs is worrying. By Andre G. Drake's new track, Push Up, a diss directed at Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross, The Weeknd, and others had the rap world buzzing on Saturday. Then shortly after, Rick Ross' response on Champagne Stories turned a noteworthy day unforgettable. Hip-hop heads of a certain age were hit with a wave of nostalgia thanks to the way both songs were released. A clip of Push Up circulated on Reddit and Twitter before DJ Academics legitimized the track and played a studio-quality version on his stream. Then Ross sent his response to Academics just hours later. The two veteran rappers took us back to the aughts when songs weren't simply uploaded to streaming platforms at midnight. Big singles, especially diss tracks, almost always went through a step-by-step process before the full version reached the public. Those songs might have ended up on the radio, on a message board, or a blog, and people would play that poorer quality version until we eventually got the studio quality file. Then called a CDQ, referring to the new obsolete term CD quality. Fans in Drake's 36-year-old age range know that era for big clothes rap. This is replete with Funkmaster Flex bombs and rapid share file sharing links. Was Drake who advertised his poetry book titles ruin everything by taking out full-page ads in newspapers around the country last year, trying to replicate that 2006 era energy? Questions still remain about how Push Up was released. Was the song intentionally leaked to gauge response before stamping it as real? Was The Weeknd's reference to leaks in Drake's crew on future Metro Boomin's All to Myself proven right? But the most troubling question is the first one we all had when we heard the first version of Push Up. Was it real or AI? Fans who were surprised that a song of this magnitude leaked assumed that it must have been the work of AI, which has rapidly become more prevalent in the rap world. TikTok has been awash in obvious deepfake Drake disses, which is why it isn't surprising that many fans wondered if a troll decided to write lyrics at Drake's enemies, recite them, and then transfuse them into the rapper's voice. Still, even before Academic's confirmation, most listeners felt like the quality of the song's vocal inflections and inside baseball references to Kendrick's contract and The Weeknd's manager XO Cash affirmed the track is real. That wasn't the case with subsequent fake Drake and Kendrick disses that appeared on Monday. These songs were much easier to sniff out due to the stiff vocals. One Twitter account contended that this Kendrick song it uploaded would be released in full on April 16th, clearly trying to pass off as the real thing. On Saturday, In the Know music fans scoffed that some fans would think AI is sophisticated enough to replicate what we heard from Push Up. But there will come a day when AI technology evolves beyond even these experts' discernment, and that will represent one more weapon in the toolkit of people looking to deceive the music world. Rap fans thirsty to hear the next barbs in Drake vs. the World Gauntlet will naturally take a listen to these leaked disses on the off chance that they might be the real thing. Last year, an AI music creator named Ghostwriter dropped a fake Weeknd and Drake song called Heart on My Sleeve that he planned to submit for a Grammy. After Push Up, AI is presumably the only way we'll hear anything resembling a Drake and Weeknd collab. Eventually, the song was pulled from streaming, and labels have put protections in place to prevent the commercial retailing of AI vocals. Universal Music Group, which houses Drake and Weeknd, asked DSPs to block AI services from utilizing their platforms to build their database. And last October, music publishers Universal, Concord, and ABKCO filed a copyright infringement lawsuit against AI company Anthropic, setting a precedent for how the industry infrastructure will deal with AI services. But these developments haven't stopped people who have decided to use the AI for the fun of it. Even Ghostwriter recently released a full-length project of AI music. That's tough. Last May, Timbaland posted an Instagram clip of a song he concocted with AI vocals, depicting the notorious B.I.G. I also went to work with Big, and I never got a chance to until today, he raved, before playing a song that sort of sounded like Biggie, but dubiously referenced modern-day slang like It's Not Giving. Responses to the song were mixed, and Timbaland hasn't officially released it. Recently, Playboy Cardi fans impatiently waiting for its next album dropped an entire fake Cardi project with AI vocals. One of the comments in an Instagram post promoting the AI album noted, "If you enjoy AI music, I don't know what to tell you except rethink all of it." This is crazy. There are too many consequences to fake disses. The misinformation will further poison a blogosphere already rampant with fake news presented with vague sources. Rap fans will now have to call the permutations of vocal tones, end-rhyme enunciation, and digital artifacts while evaluating a track's validity. The suspense of an anticipated next diss will be ruined because we'll keep coming across fake ones, and we'll eventually feel like it's about time we got the real thing. The fake tracks may also step on approaches that the artists plan to explore in their real disses. Will fans accuse the artists of using the fake disses for help if they hear similar lines? And while we know Drake and Kendrick are already at odds, what happened when AI creators decide to create dissent between artists who don't have problems? There are artists less Judaist than Kendrick or Drake who may be fooled by AI diss toward them, lash out and say something to another artist that they can't take back. And then things will get real before they're even real. Wow. I love that. I mean, I love it. I'm saying that I like the article. The dude who wrote it did a good job writing that article. And it's showing us something crazy. That AI, Skynet is real. They got the voices. They got everything else. They got the robots. They got the cars. Skynet, my friends, is real and is coming to a city near you. Get used to it. Now, last but not least, we're still going to stick with this AI situation and talk about another thing that happened this past week. An AI was used to get a principal in trouble in Maryland. Crazy. AI all over the place. Now, the story is that a high school athletic director used AI to create a racist rant for a principal of a high school. And he used it to get the principal in trouble, to get the principal fired, and Subsequently, they found out that it was AI. So let's check this story out, and then I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here.
Back to Early Rush, a bizarre case out of Baltimore where a school principal was accused of making racist comments, but now in a shocking twist as new allegations suggest the principal was actually the victim of a scam involving artificial intelligence. National correspondent Liz Landers explains.
Artificial intelligence is behind a hateful and allegedly fake audio recording that has roiled a Baltimore school and has now led to the arrest of a former teacher accused of framing a school principal.
It's been determined the recording was generated through the use of artificial intelligence technology.
After the disturbing audio circulated online, officials in Baltimore launched an investigation. This is the audio which the police say is fake, generated by AI. A warning, viewers may find this offensive. And a reminder, police say the principal of Pikesville High School, Eric Eisward, never actually said this.
You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag.
Law enforcement discovered that Darian, who was the athletic director at the school, had researched and purchased an account with OpenAI. And they also had experts review the audio, which helped them determine that it wasn't real. But before it was flagged as fake, the audio went viral. The principal has consistently denied he made the comments, but he has been on leave since the incident occurred. In the charging documents, police wrote, quote, the audio clip had profound repercussions, and noting that it, quote, triggered a wave of hate-filled messages on social media and numerous calls to the school. Technology may not be definitive. When the story first broke, Scripps News took the audio to experts who analyzed and determined it to be authentic. However, the union that represents the principal told us that their experts believed the audio was created by AI.
So they originally thought that it was authentic, and then, well, boy knew that he didn't say the shit, so he was like, oh, no, that's not real. Y'all need to figure out if it's not real. And they kept it moving. My thing is, you know, because they said criminal case, so now, you know, unless something criminal happened, what criminal? All right, this is bad on so many levels. Let's play out and talk.
Because of the conflicting accounts, we ultimately did not pursue our report. A different expert, though, says that the Baltimore case shows how anyone can use artificial intelligence.
It's another feather in the cap of how easy it is to create AI-generated content.
Mason Allen with the AI detection company Reality Defender is concerned about the public being left to figure out what is real or not.
It's our stance that the average person shouldn't be the ones to have to wade through all of this and find out for themselves. Depending upon the modality, audio, video, imagery, and text have already crossed what we would call the uncanny valley that make it impossible to discern real from fake.
The state attorney and the county executive both said that they think that they need to go meet now with state legislators to work on laws that are up to date with this latest technology. Liz Landers, Scripps News, Washington.
Okay, so the world, man, I mean, it's crazy. So my thing about this whole thing is that, you know, if this athletic director did this to this principal, and specifically for people like me, or not me per se, because I ain't nobody, but big content creators, big superstars, actors, musicians, of course, any people that have their voice out there, you know, over the internet, on YouTube, in movies, on their records. Any person out there that has that in any abundance is subject to a situation where this type of thing can happen to them. You know, they use your voice, create your voice, use AI to create you saying something, and use it against you in a criminal way. And that's what's going to be horrible. You know, people using it in this situation here, people using it to claim that you said something derogatory or racist. People could use it to claim that you were making threats, betting when you can't bet if you're like in sports. It is so many applications that this system can use to hurt people. Like this situation here. Now, thank God the principal didn't get in trouble, and you know, the person who did it, in what level is he gonna get in trouble? You know, what crime is this? You know, particularly, you know, falsifying records. What crime is it? This is just, it seems to me, just another way that somebody who has disdain or doesn't like you can do something to you to get you in trouble. Skynet, man. I mean, that's what we, you know, and I spend a lot of time talking about electronic vehicles. And matter of fact, we're going, you know, before we head out of here, we're going to talk about one more thing, because we always got to get something automotive in here, because it's the Car Concierge Show, so we always got to get something automotive in. And this is to some degree, this is related as well. So I'm not gonna, you know, read the article or anything like that. I'm just gonna show you. So this is automotive news. Elon Musk lands in China. Tesla seeks self-driving tech rollout. GM's Mary Barra visited Beijing Friday. Now, the reason that is because the self-driving technology, and shout out to Anton. I'm really diving into BYD. Anton Daniels, awesome creator. The reason this is that, you know, the AI takeover is so global that Elon Musk is reaching out, and we're going to see a lot of this. I have to say that in the automotive industry, we're going to see a lot of this, where American companies are going to be reaching out to Chinese countries, Japanese countries, and because of the whole advantageousness of the EV vehicles and the advancements that China and Japan and other countries have already established for their EV vehicles, so that companies like Tesla and GM and places like that are going to be trying to, you know, integrate that into what they're already doing. And not only to advance their EV situation faster, but to be able to compete with the other companies that are creating EV vehicles and the like. So, and of course, and I make this the end of the show because, of course, it's automotive, so that's what we base our stuff on, but it's based in AI. It's based in the technologies, the future technologies that we're going to need, we're going to use, that are going to be concrete parts of our lives. So we just got to get used to it. We got to accept that technology is a constant upheaval that's going to continue to grow. We got to understand that, you know, we have to accept it as much as possible. And what we also have to do is make sure that all of these advancements in technology don't become a breeding ground for crime and negativity towards people. This whole situation where AI was used to get this principal in trouble, has taught, and has showed, which, you know, the internet news cycles, you know, they're gonna tell you everything these days. That's the what is it? That is the good thing and the curse of the internet systems and the way the world works. It's so much information that is being spewed out into the world, and there's no ability to stop people from using it for negative purposes. So we know that people are going to see that this athletic director used AI to get this other dude in trouble, and you know there's so many scorned, upset people out there, women, everywhere, that are looking at that and like, I can do that shit too. I can do that to that asshole that I work with, get him fired. And I work in a small company, so they ain't gonna have the technology or ability to fight me or figure out that I'm lying or figure out that it's AI technology that's a lie, because they're a small company. You know there's people out there thinking it. You know there's people out there that's gonna do it. And it's gonna just keep happening. And it's gonna get better. It's the worst part. They're gonna get better at it. The technology gonna get better at it. It's gonna be easier for the people to do. And then what are we gonna do then? Just uphill battle against stuff that we are creating. Well, that's my rant, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Car Concierge Show, the weekend review. It's a great week. Lots of great things happened. Just stay vigilant, my friends. Make sure that nobody takes your voice and creates an AI saying racist things, and you'll be fine. I'm your boy Chris C-Pup Surratt. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Check me out on YouTube, Facebook, and all the other little platforms that I'm on. And I'm out. Peace.